Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up later in the show, we'll take a look at state basketball, but first, today's top stories. On April 1st, Iowa will no longer require reports of positive COVID-19 tests to the state's Public Health Division, according to a news release from the Iowa Department of Public Health. The decision was made because the data no longer accurately reflects the prevalence of the virus in the state. Instead, the current COVID-19 dashboard site will be replaced by weekly reports of overall respiratory viruses based on other forms of disease surveillance, such as hospitalization data and outbreak reports. State Medical Director Dr. Robert Cruz said the Public Health Division will monitor the virus in the same way as other respiratory illnesses and will continue to work collaboratively with local health departments, healthcare partners, and federal partners. Washington County Public Health Director Emily Tolcon said the change means that top-level data on the disease would no longer be location-specific. She added that the prevalence of at-home tests made state lab results an inaccurate snapshot of the pandemic. Henry County Public Health Director Shelley Van Don agreed, saying that if people take rapid COVID tests at home and do not report them, it creates a false sense of security. However, the change will not drastically change the county's response to the disease, according to Tolcon. She said the state is working on other surveillance methods that will be more representative than the current reporting. School district officials in Washington are planning for steady school supplemental aid dollars and encouraging returns from the Student First Act passed in a legislative session. The district is planning its spending around steady SSA allocations despite the future of school funding being a worry. The state's tax projection shows a $1.6 billion drop in general fund revenue over the next 5 years. Superintendent Willie Stone expressed concerns about the funding streams for schools in the state. He expressed concerns that by fiscal year 2026, the district could be short $1.2 million because of the 4% flat tax. To make ends meet, Stone said the district would coordinate with St. James, a private Christian school in Washington, on encouraging students to sign up for education savings accounts. However, the school board president, Troy Sukin, said encouraging the use of the accounts sent the wrong message and it would reduce opportunities for disabled students who may not qualify for enrollment. District officials also said that an early retirement option at the end of the school year would keep the books balanced. The option would be a surgical tool to trim down costs without layoffs or program rollbacks. Henry County Schools showed off their musical talent and received recognition for their skills over the weekend. 2 Mount Pleasant jazz bands competed, as well as Jazz 1, directed by Jim DePriest, took home third place for Class 3A, and Jazz 2, directed by Laura Westfall, took home second in the second bands category. Mount Pleasant showed off their musical chops in their last competition of the show choir season at Fort Madison's Invitational on Saturday. In Motion began the competition off strong as they earned a spot in the finals with a daytime first place in Class 3A. They also received recognition for the best final song in their set. In the finals, In Motion snagged first runner-up of the competition behind Southeast Polk. Mount Pleasant's middle school show choir Chain Reaction brought home second place for their section of competition. Just like their senior high counterpart, Chain Reaction finished just behind Southeast Polk. Washington County Supervisors will hold a special meeting on Saturday at 9 a.m. to appoint a new county attorney instead of the previously scheduled Tuesday morning meeting. The decision was made because Supervisor Stan Stoops is still recovering from surgery and has been unable to attend meetings in person or remotely for several weeks. The county officials who have communicated with Stoops said that the remote attendance may still be challenging for him as he only gets about half of the conversation during phone meetings. For the special meeting on Saturday, supervisors plan to experiment with different remote options to find the best solution for Stoops. This meeting is also significant because it is the 40th day since former County Attorney John Gish left his position, which is the deadline to fill his vacancy under Iowa's state code. The supervisors interviewed 3 candidates for the position on February 17th, including Washington County Assistant Attorney Shane McChurch, Scott County Assistant Attorney Nathan Repp, and Iowa Attorney General's Office staff member Zachary Miller. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have your 5-day forecast coming up. First, obituaries. Richard E. Minart of Fairfield passed away on March 5th at the age of 81. Benefit Home is in charge of the arrangements. Beverly Joan Royer of Winfield passed away on March 3rd at the age of 90. Private family services will be held at a later date. Snyder and Hollenbaugh Funeral Services are in charge of the arrangements. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. Today has been 50 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will be even cloudy with a high of 47. There's a 90% chance we get some rain on Thursday and the high will be 39. On Friday the high will be 41 degrees and it'll be cloudy again. And finally on Saturday there's a 50% chance of snow in the morning followed by rain in the afternoon with a high of 43 and a low of 29. We're going to take another quick break and when we come back we'll take a look at sports.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September or so and says, there's changes again and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The New London boys basketball team left it all on the floor Monday afternoon against top-ranked Grandview Christian. Not a lot of people, except for the New London faithful, even gave the Tigers a shot against the #1 Thunder, even going as far as to say they were 31-point underdogs. New London showed the haters they were dead wrong in the Class 1A state quarterfinal game at Wells Fargo Arena. While the Tigers didn't come out on the winning end, falling short to the Thunder 61-51, New London made them work hard for it. Waco High School hosted a senior signing day last week, and among the group were 2 football players. Simeon Reichenbach will be off to Grandview University next year, and Drew Dyers will play at Loras. Reichenbach will be joining a Grandview team that went 13-1 and earned a spot in the NAIA FCS semifinals. Dyers will join a lower squad that will be coming off a 5-5 season. Reichenbach and Dyers were a huge part of the 2022 Warriors run, which saw Waco put together the best season in school history, making it all the way to the Class 8 Player State Championship game. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news.